right? What do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
You might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts! Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again! Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.
It's time!
Welcome back to another Sunday afternoon episode of Software Explorations. We are going to get some more into Terraform, finishing off what we did last week, and we're going to get into how do we now point a domain name or a subdomain name to Terraform, or not to Terraform, but to our Elastic Cloud Container or Elastic Container Service, which is starting up our application, right? So many abbreviations to remember, acronyms and stuff like that. So that's what we're going to be working on today. If you do not know who I am your host of the show. I am Tech Coach Ralph, where we are engineered to win. All right. So first and foremost, I'm still getting familiar with the new software. I might have to stream a little bit more so I can get familiar with the software, but we are good to go. And we already have in the building, we have my guy Darcel in the building. What's going on, Darcel? How is it going? Good afternoon to you as well. So happy to have you here. And I got this one to work.
I appreciate you.
So, Darcel, if I remember correctly, you had an interview coming up. I think it was was it on Friday that you were going to have an interview? I think it was on Friday. I'm curious now, correct me if I'm wrong. How did that go? I could be off, but let me know. Let me know how everything went. I know something was coming up and we had a celebration for you. Let me know how it went. I'm curious to know. But welcome to the show. Welcome everyone to the show. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Sunday afternoon. Today is Sunday, April 14th, 2024. Yes, we are 4 months in already. We are pretty much halfway through April. Tomorrow makes us just about halfway through April. And we're getting it. We are getting it. We are not missing. We are not going to lose. So you guys do me a favor. Do me a favor in the chat. Let me know where you are tuning in from. Let me know. Let's just do it like this. Let's go age, location, tech, area of interest. Just so I can learn a little bit more about you and we can go from there. So we have, do I have this one yet? I don't have it yet, but stop the show, stop the presses. We have my guy, Mitch, in the building. What's going on, Mitch? How's it going? Mitch starts off as always. He's like, yo, what up, Mitch? What up, Mitch? And Mitch also says, looks like you got a 10. Well, Mitch, I was out there on the basketball courts early this morning, trying to do what I do as an aging old man. So it is what it is. It is what it is. But, tens happen. All right. And let's see. All right. So Darcel said, he appreciates it. I did have an interview, and moving on to the next steps. That's what we like to hear. Let us know how it goes. And if you need anything, reach out to us. You know how to find me on LinkedIn. And, we are with you every step of the way. All right. Well, sometimes Mitch might miss a step, but he's with you most of the steps of the way. All right. But we got you. We got you covered. So keep up the great work. And lastly, of course, Mitch says, oh my God, here, stop it. It is what it is. Anyways, let's get back to it. All right. So we're going to do today, like I said, we're going to be working on Terraform. We're going to be working on in AWS. And I'll give you an update as we get there with what happened last week and show you how I was able to get it to start up. And then the whole Docker thing, trying to push it up, which caused the stream to freeze last week. That was a whole annoyance. But for some reason, it's still not pushing up. There's some type of network issue that I have to figure out, but we can live without it. So we are gonna move on. Let's run down our live stream schedule. Let's go through our agenda, right? Our agenda. First and foremost, a shout out to all of the newest subscribers as we are on our way to 1,000 subscribers. We are 40 subscribers away. So let's keep going. Let's keep winning. Let's keep putting out that dope content. Yes, we're going to win. We are going to win. So there's nothing that can stop us. And I want to also thank all of the subscribers that has been with us for a very, very long time. All of the connections that I made, everyone that I've gotten to talk to on a one-on-one basis. I really, really appreciate you all.
I appreciate you.
All right. And shout out to the tech barbarians. Shout out to the tech barbarians who are putting in work every single day, studying, grinding, all of that good stuff, from the ones who are working with me on the app that we're building. We have our Scrum night tonight, to the other ones who are working individually for in some startups, or if they're working for a company and trying to level up their skills. We're just out here putting in the work every single day. So shout out to you all. You guys are doing a great job. All right, I'm going to run through our live show schedule real quick, really quick, right? We have Mondays, not Mondays. Let's start over. Let's start that over again. We have on Sundays today, Terraform. We are learning Terraform, doing infrastructure as code, Sunday afternoons. We have on Mondays and Wednesdays, we have our morning show. Start between 7:15, 7:45 a.m., where we review some news stories, we have a cup of coffee, and then we start working on our Flutter mobile app development. We are building a time cost calculator. Looking forward to see you there. Early bird gets the worm. So join us in the mornings. We have on Tuesdays our Q&A show, where you can ask me a question in the chat. I have questions that I'm answering for different people, and you can call in. You don't have to be on camera. Your voice will be heard, and we can have a discussion. That's what we do. Looking forward to seeing you there as well. And then we have on Thursdays, where we are doing some more software explorations, where we are working through automation, through QA stuff. This coming Thursday, we're going to be looking at API testing, automated API testing, Python, Java, maybe Karate, maybe look at Postman and Newman. I don't think I'm going to touch on SOAP UI. Nah, I'm not going to do SOAP UI, right? Because to me, it's not as popular as it used to be. But that's what we're going to be working on this coming Thursday. Looking forward to seeing you there. So much stuff to learn. We've done so much with APIs. We're going to try to build upon these APIs. Maybe in a future stream, maybe the week after, we're going to be doing some Swagger documentation, figuring out how to implement it into maybe some tool, some API. So much stuff that's going on live. Love to have you here. Love to interact with you in the chat. Love when you come and we get to celebrate the accomplishments of our friends. All right. Now, let's jump into our pre-recorded content. We have on Mondays, tomorrow, Candid Conversations. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about maximizing our efficiency. Very, very important. Being organized. Then we have on Wednesdays, Software Explorations. This coming Wednesday, we're going to be having an overview of how to get started with automating APIs. Why is it useful? What are the cons of manual API testing? Those are the topics we're going to be touching on this coming Wednesday. And then on Fridays, we have the Bug Bite. This coming Friday, we're going to be talking about the thing that took me for a loop last week, right? About the Terraform founder being jailed, but it wasn't the Terraform by HashiCorp, the one that we use as infrastructure as code. It was a crypto called Terraform from Terra Labs, Terra USD. And we're going to be reviewing that because, hey, it's all tech related and we want to find out what happened and what's going to happen to the founder. So that is our that's our pre-recorded content. And then throughout the week, we also have shorts as well as clips from our tech Q&A show. And then I've been putting in some additional videos for the members only, like some videos that come from like these live streams that I might clip it up, cool things, and I put them on members only. And I'm always looking for more opportunities for the members only videos. So that's what we're trying to figure out. All right. That is what we're working on. So that being said, we're about to get into the show. Before we do that, if you haven't done so already, do me a big, big favor. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you can know every time that we go live. And if you're watching this on replay, leave me a comment. You can put a timestamp of where you're watching, and if you have any particular question, any particular recommendation, let me know, and we'll take care of it. We will take care of it because we are here to serve you. Yes, serve you. Yep, cool. Now, if you need one-on-one coaching, go over to www.techcoachralph.dev where you can sign up for a coaching plan. See the type of plans that we have. You can book a consultation with me before you sign up, and we can talk about how it works. Or you can sign up for just getting exclusive content about how to level up, how to strategize that I do not put on any other social media platform. It is exclusively for Patreon members. All right? Alrighty then. So we are going to get started, but let me check the chat real quick. Let me check the chat. Let me see what we got going. So Darcel says he's 28 years old in Georgia, getting into tech sales. Shout out to you, Darcel. And we have, let's see what else we got. Are we ready to go? And so this is why Mitch is important, because Mitch is like 62 in New York, and he is into data science. My bad. Data analyst. All right. Mitch is not 62, and he is not into data theft. I mean, he might be, but he didn't say. So he say. And Mitch, I told you that in confidence. All right, you can't just be putting that out there. Like, I told you that in confidence. Oh my goodness. See, we're gonna have to have a talk after this, Mitch. We're gonna have to have a talk. All right. Anyways, enough fun and games, people. Let's get into the show. So I'm gonna go to. I still don't have the timer working the best way that I want it to work, but we're gonna figure it out. What we're gonna do is I still need to find a way to, like, when I'm switching screens, that the timer stays consistent instead of resetting every time. Bear with me. We're gonna figure it out. If I just say forget the timer, that's why, right? But we can we'll figure out how we're gonna do this. But let's go to let's go to, I have Terraform. I think I'm gonna have to switch branches, but let me see. So do that. And let's go over to this screen so that we can see what branch we're on, because I was doing some work on this over the weekend. So one of my tech barbarians who were working on the project with me, they found a bug. Amazing job. Absolutely amazing job. Found a bug, and they reported it, and we got it fixed up. And yeah, so you know, my people put in the work. Okay, they put in the work. So let's go over and check what branch we're on. And we need to switch to Terraform, right? So git check out Terraform. And so the thing I was saying, right, is when I was trying to push the latest changes to Docker, which I have to figure out why, because that's a problem. When I was trying to push it to AWS, I keep getting some timeout thing. It's not pushing through, right? And that is because, I mean, I guess I can start the timer, but it's gonna mess up on us. But whatever, it's here, so let's make the most of it. Yeah. So what happened was when I was pushing it up to AWS ECR, it kept on timing out. I don't know why. It might be something with my provider, but it's okay because we already have something up there, so we can move forward with the way that it is. But that's something that I need to look into. I need to figure it out. All right. But what we can do, we can continue with our Terraform. So let's pull up what we were doing last week. And we have in here ECS plan. And the reason that it wasn't starting last week, I think I put it in here somewhere. Let me see. So we have the image to pull from, and then we have the ECS service. We have our subnets. So this was the issue. That the reason that it wasn't working, right? We had the subgroup defined, and it's like it wasn't using it. But when you don't define it, it uses the default one, the one that we want to use. But I guess if we wanted to use one that wasn't the default, then this is what my speculation on this. Because once I disabled this and I ran the plan again, then it was able to start working, right? And I did assign a public IP address so that we can actually be able to access it. It should be open on port 3000 because on our default subnet, we do have the port 3000 open, right? So we're going to run this. We're going to run this plan so that it can do the application to it. And then we are going to make sure that it shows up in AWS. And then we're going to try to go to the site on port 3000. And if that works, then we're going to figure out, okay, how can we set up a subdomain that is going to be using this Docker, right? Because something that I need to figure out, and when it comes to like the pricing and stuff, is how much is it going to cost us to run it on AWS Fargate, like consistently, or like pretty much all the time, versus how much does it cost us on Elastic Beanstalk, right? And whichever one is the cheaper one, that's gonna be the one that we go with. But on another note is we can also set up a Docker version where it would not even like we can set up a Terraform, like we can set this up exactly, right? So that our tech barbarian or whoever's working on this project, they can go in there and they can do a Docker compose up. No, not even a Docker compose up. They can go in here and do a Terraform apply. And then that will spin up the environment and point it'll spin up the ECS so that they can have a testing environment online and have that connect to a a dev database inside of MongoDB so that they can actually test it online instead of like only testing it locally. And if we need an environment up when we're doing our Scrum night to do some demos and stuff like that, we can spin it up. Once everything is done, spin it back down. And I'm sure there's something on AWS we can do where it's letting you know what's up and stuff like that. If you want to, things like there's a bunch of event notifications and stuff like that. But I think that would be another use of Terraform, like Terraform apply, and then it spins up, and then Terraform destroy when you're done, and it spins down. So that's something to look into and go from there. But that is going to be a useful tool that we can make available to my tech barbarians. They're not our tech barbarians, they're my tech barbarians. Sorry. Okay, so now let's go ahead and let's try this out and we'll see what happens. Okay, so we're gonna go to Terraform apply. And of course, we need to be inside of our Terraform Docker folder. And now when we do Terraform apply, we're going to press enter, and it's going to show us the plan that it's going to do. And it's going to say, do you want to create all this type of stuff? And we're going to say, yes, we do. And it should get on the road to creating the task. And then it's going to create the service and start up the service, all of that good stuff. So what we're going to do while it's doing that, we are going to go to our other screen where our timer is going to reset, unfortunately. So this, like I said, this is something that I really, really want to figure out. Oh, that was quick. Shout out to Terraform, because if we had to do this manually, it would take us some time. And here's the thing. If we had to do this manually every single time we want to test on AWS, it would be a bunch of heartache and pain. But being that we have this infrastructure as code set up, it took us a few seconds to do Terraform apply, yes, and then boom, bada bing, bada boom. All right. So now, let's real quick, shout out to Terraform, right? And shout out to us for learning this stuff and putting in the work I would say every single Sunday, but we work every single day, right? We work every single day. Let me see if I can do something. Ooh, okay. Let's go with here. No. Yeah, okay. So let's go ahead and let's check in on our AWS stuff, okay? All right. So let's look into this. See, the timer is back to where it was. Yeah, what we'll do is let's see, it's 3:39. We had about 10 minutes. So at 3:50-ish, 3:55, we'll take our first break, all right? It's 3:39 Eastern time, okay? So if you are in Central time or in the West, don't think we're going to be going for another hour and 10 minutes. No, we're going to take a break in about 10 to 15 minutes, okay? And I will figure out this whole timer thing, so bear with me on that, all right? So here we are. Let me see. I don't know why. You know what? Maybe it's the scan on push thing. Maybe I'll turn off the scan frequency thing, because maybe that's why it keeps timing out. I'm not sure. I'll figure that out after the stream, and I will let you know next week what's going on, okay? So let's go over to our ECS. And we have this is us. Right? This is us. TF, PPQ, ECS cluster, 0 pending, 1 running. So last time we weren't getting anything running. So we did get that running, but now we have under the TF PPQ ECS service, we have 1 task running, and that's where we were getting the error last time, I believe. let's click in here. Let's make sure. Yep, something is running. Something is running. And if we go to tasks, it should tell us that it is running. Shout out to us. All right, so now we should be able to, something I should also do is add to the outputs the output. All right, so let's go back to here. And the timer even disappeared all the way. All right, cool timer. All right, let's do another thing over here. We're gonna do, so let's do out. Oh yeah, output. Just output. Okay, so we're gonna do here output, and we're gonna call that ECS. All right, let's go with PPQ ECS public IP. And we're going to open the squiggly brackets. I call them squiggly brackets. I'm not sure what you call them. And we're going to say, do it in here, value equals, and that's going to be AWS ECS service dot PPQ service dot let's see, we should be able to get this. Your configuration, assign public IP. No, I don't think it's this. Where would we get the public IP? Let's do a little bit of Googling. Let's go over to here. And we're going to do AWS ECS Terraform get public IP or output public IP. ECS service Terraform output public IP. How can I get the access the IP from AWS ECS service? I think that's the one that we want. It would be information on public IP is not included in the described service API response. We might need what? But this was a long time ago. Let's see. Because I mean, I can get it from going inside. That's not answering the question. Oh, I mean, it's gotta be an easy way to do this. All right. So how do we retrieve the public IP address using Terraform? Okay. So that's why I always like Stack Overflow. So set ECS managed tags to true in your AWS ECR service. This configures ECS tags to the network interface with essential information. Okay, so we'll do that. And then use the tag filter to identify the network interface. Where did they get this variable? If you're running the script the first time, data, AWS network interface tags won't be available. So adding a depends on AWS. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna leave that out for now, because we'll have we can always come back to this maybe when we have a little bit more time to figure out exactly how we want to get this thing done. But let's just focus on what we're focusing on today. So this is running, and now let's go into. I don't want to go into there actually. I want to go into here, and let's look up the environment of. Let's see. We'll look up for. Let's see. I guess it would be on here. So let's look up the task or deployments maybe. Let's see. Up the task and let's do configuration and networking. Anything in here? I don't see anything in here in particular. So let's go back to or too far back. Let's go to here. And let's go to here. Look at the task. And all right, there goes the public IP right here. So if we copy this, and we paste it here, we should go to port 3000. And I still need to get the drum roll. Let's see if I can find it in here in the meantime. Actually, I have an idea. Give me one split second. Let's go to here. Oh, come on. Cancel. And let's go to. There we go. Coming straight here. All right. So we're going to do it just, right there. And boom. See, we just figure it out on the fly. We figure it out on the fly. Bada bing. Bada boom. All right. So, are we ready for this? Are we ready for this? Right. I gotta get that Degeneration X. Mitch, you remember Degeneration X? See, Darcel might be a little too young for Degeneration X, possibly. But I remember, and when it starts off, are you ready? So let's see what's going on. And we press enter. Enter. Hello. I don't see anything happening. Doesn't even look like it's loading. What's going on? Oh, there we go. Oh, you know what? Never mind. It's right there. I just wasn't pressing enter friendly enough, unfortunately. But there we are, right? And if we click on this, there we go. We have a quote. Look at us winning. And I think that is a great spot and great time for us to take a break. All right. How is that? Did you guys like that? We were able to get our ECS, our Elastic Container Service, running our app, our Docker image. Now it's running a Docker container and using Fargate. Perfect. Exactly what we wanted. The only thing that I'm upset about is that the image isn't being pushed up to AWS so we can get the latest version of the app working there. Because I want to be able to I want to be able to do a week-long test to see how much is running it on Fargate costing me and how long is running it on Elastic Beanstalk costing me. And that way because I would absolutely love to deploy it via Docker instead of I like the way that it is working through. I like the way that it's working through the pipeline of EC of the Elastic Beanstalk going through the code pipeline and stuff like that. But I am a Docker fanboy. All right, so let's get to. I lost my thing. All right, let's get to. I'm put 5 minutes on the clock for break. Another thing I need to figure out is how do I add the sound after the timer goes down, right? See, I'm learning new software. I love this software that I'm using, but there's some things that I was able to do with the other software that I'm not sure how to do yet here. So we're here. Okay, let's see where we are at. Let's address the comments in the chat. All right, so Mitch says, yup, he is 65 years old. Wow. Wowzers. All right, next up we have, let's see, anything else? Oh, by the way, if you haven't done so, do me a favor. Go ahead and like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you can know every single time that we go live and that we drop new content. I even started the clock. Oh my goodness, this thing's driving me crazy. All right, so, okay. All right, cool. And let's see what else we got. It says, nah, the timer is a stable. Let's Pepsi. It's a brand. I know. I got to get the timer working. I have to figure out how I can do it. And I needed to go cross. I need to go to cross scenes, cross windows, But we're going to figure it out. We are going to figure it out. All right. So what else we got? Like Pepsi. Okay, gotcha. And WWF, World Wrestling Federation. Before it became the WWE, it was WWF. And they had WCW, World Championship Wrestling, where they had NWO, New World Order, and they had the Wolf Pack. Was it like this day they used to do it? The Wolf Pack? I don't remember it was something like that for the Wolf Pack. Oh my goodness, what's going on here? That was fun. But yeah, you remember the Wolf Pack in NWO? They wore the red NWO shirts. Kevin Nash. Who was in there as well? I forgot who else was in there. But it was fun. It was fun. And yeah, and then there was the Generation X on the WWF side. There were some crazy kids. But yeah, that was that. All right, what else we got before? Yep, like Mitch just said, before the we see we're here, Mitch. We are here, right? So shout out to Mitch. All right, we got WCW was trash. Did you used to do this? Mitch? Because WCW came on TNT at like 8 p.m. and Monday Night Raw came. It started at 9 p.m. So I would watch WCW until 9, and then I would switch over to Raw, and then go from Raw because, like you said, WCW was kind of trash. I did like Sting though. I liked Sting a lot. But yeah, it was pretty much trash. Okay, and Darcel says, I only remember the WWF. And that's not a bad thing. Because at some point, all of it, I think, no, there was also ECW as well, Extreme Championship Wrestling. And now, if you want to talk about trash, if you want to talk about trash, but but then they all ended up like I think WWE ended up like just getting all of them, and they went from there. So because like a lot of people that was in WCW, then they went over. A lot of people that was in ECW, they went over. It was a mess. It was a mess. Okay, and we got. So Mitch says Road Dogg and Xbox because they ended up going to WCW, right? And they were part of the Wolfpack, but they were Road Dogg and Billy Guns. Wait, or was it Road Dogg Billy? I don't remember. Was Road Dogg and Billy Guns was that the one person, or were they the two people? Because there was the tag team that was on. Am I getting confused? Because there was the tag team that was on Degeneration X, and then X-Pac was on Degeneration X too, wasn't he? And then they ended up going to I think they ended up going over to WCW. I had actually listened to a podcast, this podcast that like compares companies and stuff like that, and they did an amazing breakdown of WCW versus WWF/WWE. So that was fun. I learned a lot about it at that point. That was pretty cool. And Mitch says ECW. Yeah, ECW. I remember. I never watched ECW, but I remember. And I was like, now it's AEW. Whatever EW it is, it's still not there. All right. And he said Billy Guns, Road Dogg. Yeah, Billy Guns, Road Dogg, X-Pac, Triple H, Shawn Michaels. Yeah, okay. So there was Road Dogg, and then there was Billy Guns. I remember. Yeah, I remember. And X-Pac was one of my favorites, to be honest. X-Pac was one of my favorites. And Darcel said, got into wrestling very young, but stopped watching very young too. So I only knew WWF. I was playing PlayStation 1. Yep. Remember those days. I remember those days. I wasn't allowed to have a console when I was growing up. I could only play when I went to like relatives' house. But and that's how I learned a lot about computers, because I wanted to play video games. So I figured out how to get them to play on the computers. So I was playing like NBA Live and stuff like that on the computer. But I also learned how to type really well as well. So do you remember the Sidewinder joystick for the computer? I had one of those. Changed my first memory card around like 10 years old or something like that. Not memory card, my first video card around 10 years old. Yup. And Kane, I kind of remember Kane was there for like two minutes, He couldn't talk, so that was kind of a problem, He couldn't really talk, so that was kind of a problem. But it is what it is. It is what it is. We're going to get back to it. We are going to get back to work. Going down, when we go down memory lane, we have to always good times to go down memory lane, but we are back to work. We're back to work. Okay. So what we're going to do now, we are going to start looking into how can we point a subdomain or a domain or whatever to our ECS service, and how to do it via Terraform. Okay. So let's go over to this screen over here. And just read the quote from Dave Goggins. You feel a lot when you set your goals so high. Shout out to that quote. Love it. I love it. All right. So, I'll start this timer in futility, but it is what it is. I can't even, yeah. This is not. I need to find a way to. So I'm trying to start the timer, but there's something that's like on top of it. I'm just going to do it this weird way here. Hold on 1 second. We're going to move it, start it, and then move it back. Wow, that was ghetto. Okay. Anyways, let's keep going. So we're going to do a Google search. And I'm not, like I said, I don't like using ChatGPT for these type of searches because I want to continue to enhance my researching skills. But we're going to go to how to add a domain to a AWS ECS service. Adding domain names to ECS applications with AWS Elastic Load Balancers, which we should be pretty familiar with now. But I'm going to drop a Fargate on top of it. Assigning a domain to an AWS Fargate task. Okay, so that's what we want to see. Let's see if this helps us a bit. Let's accept cookies. I have an AWS Fargate task running a web app in a public subnet, so it has a public IP address, just like we are doing. My question is how to connect a domain through Route 53, so that task to that task, so that nothing breaks when I deploy a new version of it, and that's what we are looking to do as well. I know I can use an ALB or an NLB, but I want to save on cost. I would love to save on cost too, because those load balancers, they are not cheap. I don't want to use the public IP directly as it may change. I assume the solution has to do something with the ENI, but I'm not sure how to point to it through Route 53. Any help would be much appreciated. All right, so this sounds like one of the questions we would ask on Tuesday nights, but this time we are asking the question and we are getting some help from serverfault.com. I will drop this in the chat for you in case you are interested in learning in following along. All right, so let's go here and I'm gonna just drop that bad boy right there. Okay, now let's see what they're talking about. What you're talking about. All right, so for most cases, you most likely want to use an ALB/NLB for service discovery. While there are some costs, you also get a lot of benefits. Some DOS, some DOS attack protection, scaling metrics, logging, SSL/TLS. However, you can use the ECS service discovery. Service discovery uses Amazon Route 53 auto naming API actions to manage DNS entries for your service task, making them discoverable with your VPC. And public namespaces are supported, but you must have an existing public hosted zone registered with Route 53 before creating your service discovery service. Service discovery requires that the task uses either AWS VPC, bridge, or host network mode. Here's the blog detailing how to use service discovery with Fargate. So, let's see. And that is the accepted answer. And this was answered by M. Okay, so and this person saying, I don't believe that his answer is correct. You cannot use service discovery for public IP address as mentioned by Andreas Pasch. The only way I found to implement this was to create a Lambda function triggered by a CloudWatch event for when the container reaches running. My first attempt was to fetch the container metadata, update Route 53 on launch via the startup script, but it was a dead end. So maybe if we're going to be using this for, because the thing is we can't have two load balancers. We can't have a load balancer for our Elastic Beanstalk and a load balancer for our Fargate. That's gonna cost, right? So maybe we can just go with the load balancer route. But let's do something real quick. Let's go over to here and let's go to our homepage. And let's look at our billing and what we have going on here. So for the month of February, our load balancer costs us $16. Our virtual private cloud, our VPC, cost us $11. And then everything else, EC2, compute. I wonder, I have to figure out what are because EC2 compute and then EC2 other. Like, what is an other charge, you know? And then Route 53, nothing. And then there's others, right? And in this month, we are at $7.11 halfway through the month. And our VPC is at $4.75 halfway through the month, right? So we can estimate that we're going to be around like around the same as last month, around $40 to $44. But you know, we want, what is this? What is this? Enable cost optimization hub. Let's see what that is. While we're here, because we want to be as efficient as possible with our costs. So cost optimization hub looks across AWS services to help you identify the top categories of saving to narrow down a list of actionable resources. Cost optimization hub consolidates your cost optimization recommendations into US East North, US East 1, which is in Virginia region. After you opt in, cost optimization hub imports cost optimization recommendations generated by multiple AWS services, such as right sizing recommendations from AWS compute optimizers and saving plans, recommending recommendations from AWS billing and cost management in your account and all member accounts for your organization, and saves these recommendations in US East 1. Learn about these type of recommendations, blah, blah, blah. All right. Required service link role. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and enable this because I'm always about saving money. And we'll see what happens, right? So you also need to opt into AWS AWS Compute Optimizer so that cost optimization hub can import right sizing recommendations. Let's go ahead and do that right now. Why don't we? And let's see. There's no additional cost. So that's why I paused for a second. I'm like, hey, is there an additional cost to this? But there is none. So we're going to opt in. And I like the fact that AWS does try to like help you lower down your costs. That is very kind of them. And let's go to right sizing preferences. Let's see what's going on here. It doesn't tell me much yet, but we'll figure it out, right? We shall figure it out. Let's see. If we go back here, let's refresh. Taking a slight detour because when it comes to saving money, I'm like, wait a second here. Wait just a second here. And I don't have my money sound yet, but we will. Okay, we will. So, okay, nothing yet to see. Well, let's see. View opportunities. Nothing yet. So it's going to take us some time to see that. But we know that we should be getting some recommendations and how to lower our cost at some point. Okay. Now, all right. So we have this and we want to be able to point a domain. So let's go with let's for now, to make it simple, to see something that should work. Let's try to figure out how to do the load balancing so that we can, do the load balancing so that we can get this thing up and running and that we can set up a subdomain. I wonder if, let me see. Can we use the same, because if we could use the same load balancer instead of creating a new one, that would be awesome. All right, so let's see, can you use, because I have no idea, I have absolutely no idea, but I want to know, can I use an existing load balancer for a different service, right? Can I use an existing load balancer for Fargate? All right, so I guess other people had that question too. Your task and load balancer application, load balancer or network load balancer must be in the same VPC. The network load balancer client's IP address preservation is also compatible with well, let's check the VPC so we're going to, so this is in our default VPC, right? We can find out what VPC that our Elastic Beanstalk is in. Let's go here. Let's search for Elastic Beanstalk. And the good thing is we haven't had any trouble with the Elastic Beanstalk, right? The only reason but learning about Docker and Fargate and stuff like that, and seeing if we can optimize our costs is always a good thing to look into. So let's see where we are at. Where are the details? I don't think it's health. Let's go to monitoring. Or it's actually configuration. Okay. So our VPC is let's see here. I don't see it. Let's see. Load balancer. We could also go to ECS or no. Let's go to load balancers. And we have created February 18, 2024. So that one is probably working via the last. So that's okay. So that's a separate one. Okay, so I don't know. Let's see what VPC. So this is the VPC that's in. Is that our default VPC? Nope. Or that's the security group. So now if we look at here, 34F, and we look at here to see the subnet, the VPC. Let's see. Let's see here. Networking. Security group. Let me see. If we go to security. Yeah, that's a different security group. Or actually, let's close that out. There's only one VPC that's showing up. Maybe I only have one VPC. Not sure. Anyways, let's see what else is going on over here. So all right. Well, let's get a guide and we'll do that. All right. So let's just say let's figure it out how to set it up on its own first, and then we'll figure out from there. Like we'll do the application load balancer, and then we'll see if we can like reuse something or how we can optimize the cost. So let's go ahead and do Terraform or how can I access? How can I retrieve? Or we can say Terraform. Let's see that one. ECS with Fargate and Terraform. that. Resource. We're going to have to do a VPC. Then we're going to have to do public and private subnet. The routing table for the public subnet going through the internet gateway. Oh, this is gonna be a pain because we did something like this a while ago. I wonder if we could just copy the code of what we did before. We'll see. I don't want to do this all over again. Then a security group. Cluster. ECS. I don't know. Maybe let's see. So we got this already. We got this already. We got this already. We got that already. Or we didn't need that one. We didn't need that one. We might need this. So here is where the application load balancers come into place. So creating the application load balancer. Health check. Auto scaling. And then auto scaling policy. And then 3 easy steps. That should do it. All right. Definitely not going to be 3 easy steps, but we can get started on it. A full template described setup can be found here. So let's get started at least. See what we can do. We've done a lot of this stuff before. I want to see. Let me see if there's not any particular reference to the. When we go to the ALB, security groups, subnets. All right, so let's start at the beginning so we can get done what we don't have already, and then we'll figure out from there. Right, so we have the provider set up, the basic VPCs. All right, so let's do the VPCs and security group. All right, so I'll have it on this screen. I'm gonna work on the other screen, and you can follow along with me. Okay, that sucks. All right. All right, we'll have to do that. All right, so let me do this manually then. Let me see. All right, so let me. Oh, Jesus. Okay, hold on. All right, so we're going to create another file inside the Docker folder. New file, and we're going to call that ECS ALB dot TF. Or yeah, that's fine. And check. All right. So we are here and we're going to say first thing we're going to start off with some variables real quick. Variable. And that's going to be called app.view. name. And the variable would be Ruby name equals PBQ right, so now we're going to do, actually it doesn't have to be in that one, but let's go to the, so I'm going to the top and we're going to say, let's put that in a different file, but resource AWS VPC, and we're going to call that PBQ ECS VPC. Or, oh, it has to be named like this, or for proper naming conventions. And then this is going to be like that. And we're going to say CIDR block equals, where is this var.cidr coming from? Where are they getting that from? Where are the variables on this page? That's interesting. Oh, great. Well, let's go ahead and let's look over here. And let's, before we get started, let's go to break, because I think we're at break time, and we'll focus on this part when we come back for one more segment, and then we'll wrap it up from there, right? So let's go to break. All right. Not cool. Let's go ahead and let's do it manually. I hate doing stuff manually. All right, let's go to here. All right. So hopefully this is this is informative and helping you get an idea of the type of work that people who like DevOps and infrastructure as code does. We shall see. All right, let's take a look at chat. And we got NC Worker in the building saying good afternoon, everyone. I don't know what's going on with my soundboard, but it is. Let's go with that. But we're gonna go and we'll find it here. We are gonna find it here, and we are going to say welcome to NC Worker in the house, in the building. And I don't, not work. It's not working. The oh, I know what you can do. Let's go like this. Very. Let's try. See what happens. But yeah, welcome to the show, NC Worker. So happy to have you here as always. There we go. There we go. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy to have you here. Let me know how you're doing. All right, let's start a 5-minute timer as we take a break. Long weekend, long day, but we're gonna get back at it. We do not miss. We don't miss. Okay, we don't miss. All right, let me see. How are things going here? Ooh, that's not good. Let me know if I'm lagging. Let me know if I'm lagging. Seeing some not so nice things on the stream bitrate information, but you know, we push through. We push through. All right. Let's see. Let's see. So, what's going on? So, Darcel, if you're still here, how many steps is it in the interview process that you're going through? And is it for a tech sales position? I am very interested and curious to know about it. So, you know, keep going, never stop, never ever stop. And Darcel, how is your daughter enjoying her new bed that you put together with your own hands and your blood, sweat, and tears? And I'm hoping to have a somewhat slow weekend next week, Saturday, because this past weekend was so busy. You know, just I was out pretty much all day yesterday and then still had to come and record the videos for this week and schedule the streams and everything like that. Busy, 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 but there's no missing. Even if we have to be up till late, we cannot miss. We can't miss, okay? It's not an option. It is not an option. So, let's see. Let me go and see what's going on in the mean streets of LinkedIn. And let's see what's going on here. Look for business analyst roles. And I'm going to switch to that screen. So, it's 2.5 minutes left at, let's say 4:31. We'll get back to work. Really got to figure out this clock thing so we can go cross scenes. Okay. Let's see. We got business analyst, and let's say in jobs and Boar's Head brand. That's interesting. That is interesting. All right, so let's go with Fort Lauderdale, Miami Fort Lauderdale area. And let's do business analyst bilingual with reconciliation and experience in Spanish. Interesting. Let's see what they do here. Oh, the cat is sneezing like crazy outside. All right, so we have a day 1 on site, full-time role, mandatory certifications, IIBA Agile Analysis Certification, IIBA certifications in data analytics, IIBA of capability in business analysis, and IIBA certified business analysis professional. Okay. So some certifications required for this business analyst. Let's see. Reconsider. All right. So the responsibilities are to design and drive execution of accurate and reliable database application modeling, ability to perform analysis on data sets to determine their quality, coverage, complexity, normalize disparate data sets in a common logical model, all this stuff, and then must be fluent in Spanish, strong database design and modeling knowledge, deep understanding of data integrity and normalization, mastery level SQL knowledge with minimum of 2 years hands-on ability to run analysis and complex SQLs against large sets of data is a must. Preferably experience with Oracle database management system. All right, so that's that position. Let's see what else do they have. There's next Air Energy, which is the energy company for South Florida. Let's see what else we got. Let's see. Let's go with this business analysis hybrid. So we celebrate our associates at SCI Direct. We believe in yada yada yada. So job responsibilities for BI report developer. I thought it was business analyst. Why are you talking about BI report developer? Understanding business requirements and develop Power BI dashboards or reports. Develop SQL queries to drive metrics and aggregation for dashboards and reports. Develop and maintain SSRS complex reports. Minimum requirements: bachelor's degree, 4 years working in Power BI. I guess I'm not too familiar with what the business analysts do exactly. So let's go. Another one. Deposits ops business analyst team. Hybrid Bank United. That sounds like a good job working for Bank United. Is Bank United? I guess Bank United is still around. The essential job duties and responsibilities include the following: lead a team of hybrid employees responsible for daily functions within the deposit operations business analyst group. Assist management with making necessary decisions for personnel regarding employment and performance appraisal. So who to fire, who to give a raise, etc. Let's see. Advises, makes recommendations, issues instructions. Cool. What else? We have senior business analyst at DHL. We have strategy analyst at Seacoast Bank. A lot of business analyst positions actually down here. That's interesting. That is interesting. Oh, business analyst for Carnival Cruise Line. Although the pay seems horrendous. Oh my goodness. I mean, not horrendous, but it looks like it could be better. It could be better. They're in our homes, and yeah. All right. Well, let's go back to our fourth frame. That was a little bit of research into what is available out there for the business analyst. I mean, I don't know. I'm not too familiar with business analysts, but it's a pretty popular field. I know there's a lot of people who were business analysts and then they transitioned to QA, and there's QA people who actually went to business analysts as well. So it's a field that that is available. Okay. All right, let's get into our last segment of the show as we start to put together our load balancing. All right. So let me find. So this what we're looking at here, right? What we're looking at here, I feel like it's lacking some, like, where are the variables defined and stuff like that? Like, where are they getting it? So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna see if there's any other resource that we can use to follow along. Deploying containers on AWS ECS with using Fargate and Terraform. So this is part 2. What about part 1? In this part of the tutorial, we'll focus on writing our entire infrastructure from part 1 using Terraform. Terraform enables you to predictably create, change, and improve infrastructure using code. We know that. All right. So by the end of the section, we'll be able to run one command to deploy our entire application, giving us the VPC with private and public subnets, using running multiple running container service instances, a load balancer distribution, traffic between the containers, auto scaling your resources, health check, and logs. Every time I think about that, it blows my mind away. Me too. It blows me away. Just press enter and build an entire system in a few minutes. That not too long ago would have taken numerous people a lot of time and money to get up and running. Like I said, what did I say? I think I said it in some video. I think it was the video that's coming out on Wednesday. Automation is the new outsourcing. Doing Terraform as code used to take a lot of people. Now, developers can write some code, and it puts everything together for you. So, automation is the new outsourcing. I am happy to be in automation. I mean, I'll start this clock for the fun of it, but you know how it goes. All right. So let's go to here, and we don't need to do this. We did this already. Inside the directory you just made, let's add the following files. So provider, ALB, ECS. So we have this already. We have we've created this. We might put like these things together. I don't know if we're going to make separate files for each of them, but we'll find out. because like possibly these can all go together here, and then the variables. So I need to see what the variables are, and then the outputs. Okay. So we got this already. So let's create our variables. Let me see what's in my variable file before I show it. All right, we can go to that file. So let's go ahead and let's update our variables. Let's go to, and I'll just like type it back and forth going there. So let's go to here. And there was 18 minutes left. So we'll stop around 55, around 4:55. We'll call it a day from there, and we'll go from there, right? So anyhow, let's add some more variables, and we're going to say I'm just gonna add the ones for like the auto scaling part, because we might not end up using. We already did our part. We don't need to follow the whole guide. Auto scale. I want to add. I'll add it, but. And we'll say here, description, ECS, auto scale, row name. And the value is going to be, or default is going to be my ECS auto scale row. I'll call it PPQ. All right. Number of AZs to cover the AZ availability zone, I think. So let's add that one. And variable AZ count description. AZs to cover. I have an idea. Okay, I have an idea. All right. AZs to cover. In a given region. Default 2. Or I guess 2. And I'm not gonna do the app image one because we already have that. App port, we have that. App count, number of Docker containers to run. I'm gonna leave that as is. Oh, we'll come back to it if we have to. Variable health check path. I'll leave that one out too. Variable Fargate CPU. Gonna leave that because we already have that defined somewhere else. And I'll drop this link in the chat too, the one that I'm following. Let's see here. This is the link that I'm using in case you want to follow along with me. Terraform will know. Okay, so we know that already. Terraform knows where to find it. And then time to create our network. To get minimal amount of high availability, we'll deploy our ECS cluster to run on at least 2 availability zones. The load balancer also needs at least 2 public subnets in different AZs. All right. So I honestly just want 1, to be honest with you. I'm not gonna do 2. Well, we'll see. We'll figure it out. I'm just gonna follow the guide and then we can make adjustments because we're using Terraform. It'll be quick to make these changes. Okay. So we'll go with we are in variable. Let's go to the ALB one, and I'm gonna get rid of this thing. Let's get rid of everything, to be honest with you. All right, we're gonna say data, AWS, availability zones, and we'll call that PPQ or no, yeah, wait, PPQ available. And we're gonna say, I guess it just stays as is. And resource AWS VPC. And the VPC. Yeah. All right. So here we're gonna say main. And here we're gonna say CIDR block 172.17.0.0/16. All right. Now let's go over to resource AWS subnet. And we kind of did this before, but it's good to do it over again to get a better understanding of how and why we're doing it, and different sources to do it too. So helps us get better. We're gonna say private on this one. All right, and then there's some stuff that go in here as well. So we're gonna say count equals var.az count CIDR block is going to be CIDR subnet AWS VPC .main .CIDR block 8 All right, so there we go. So we have our subnet set up. And I'm actually gonna copy this link in here into here. And I'm gonna put a comment up top saying so this is gonna be guide followed, and this is helpful because y'all like I should start putting the resources that I use to do this in the file in case I have to go back to it again. That's gonna be like super helpful to me. All right, so there we are. We have that. The next step, because the next step, we're gonna go to creating the public subnets this time. So we're gonna say resource again, AWS subnet, and we're gonna say public, and we're gonna say, so it's gonna be the same thing, count AWS dot VPC AWS this is the public one. VPC. And okay, so then we have the count of var.az count CIDR and CIDR subnet AWS VPC. And we're gonna say main .CIDR block. I'm gonna do another 8, another count index, I believe. var.az count plus. Something's missing. Oh, count.index. All right, so we got that, and so what we're gonna do, we're gonna finish this section, right? And maybe let's see. We'll do the gateway, and then we're gonna try to run it to see if there's a lot of settings over here that's required, and I don't want to do the whole entire thing, and then we find out that, oh, it's not really like we're missing something, you know. So let's just do the last one, and then let's run it, okay? And then we'll go from there. The last one is gonna be the resource AWS Internet Gateway, which I think, what site were we trying? We're trying this on I think it was when we were working on Elastic Beanstalk, we were having trouble with the AWS Internet Gateway and stuff like that. So we'll call this for now GW, and it's gonna be route resource. Oh wait, so we have that, and where is it? So it's VPC ID equals AWS vpc.main.id. All right, so there we go. And I'm gonna try to run it now because like we're almost out of time, but I want to see what changes are being found. All right, so Terraform apply, and we have an issue at line 66. What is 66? 66 of CPQ. Oh, okay, I know what it is. It's inside of here. I wrote something that we shouldn't have. So let's just get rid of that whole thing. And we're gonna do another Terraform apply. And what are you talking about? All right, there we go. And let's see what we get. So it is going to add 6 resources, and it's going to add the VPC main. It's going to do the subnet. And so let's go ahead and say a yes to this so we can see what's going to happen, right? So yes. So I created it pretty quickly. Now, if we go over to our VPCs, we should see a second VPC showing up now. So let's do it. All right. And hold on. Okay, so let's get a little drum roll action real quick. Nothing. This thing is, gotta figure out this stuff. It's like slowing down. Let's go. Whatever. Forget the drum roll. All right, so let's refresh this, okay? And we have our second VPC. I should have gave it a name. You know, let's go back and give it a name. Let's see here. Whatever. So let's go over to here. And I'm going to give our VPC a name, to be honest with you. A bland VPC makes the heart go dry. All right, so we're going to say, can we do a name? Whatever. We'll figure it. Let's not focus on that right now. We'll figure it. I have to think about that. How are we gonna give the VPs a name? Because there's not just a name field, which there should be, but there is not. So we'll figure that out. All right, let's continue. So we have our resources created. Let's keep going a little bit, right? So let's go over to here, and we need. Let's see. Let's see this real quick. Okay. Whatever. We are gonna go to. There we go. Wait just a second. We have Pluto in the building. Is this a premiere? The answer, Mr. Pluto, is it is not a premiere. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the channel. The premieres happen on Monday, Wednesday, and on Fridays at noon Eastern time. So you have me live and in the flesh. All right. So, and this thing is driving me crazy. And what else we got? And Pluto said, I have been summoned. Yes, you have. Welcome. How's your weekend going, Pluto? How is your weekend going? Happy to have you here. All right. We're about to wrap it up, though. We are about to wrap it up. So let's finish this real quick. I'm gonna do one more little thing, and then we're gonna wrap it up for today. All right. So we've been working on Terraform today, as we normally do on Sundays, and I want to see if we can add one more section to it. And you see, and this is the part that I talk about the little wins, right? Seeing that the 6 resources added, we can run it again. We can run it again and get the little things done. And now after everything, it's like, oh, we have a whole thing going on here. Okay. So let's go to our, let's do the internet access, right? We're going to go to here. See how much is in here? One is pretty big. This one is, and you know, because it's so much, I am going to end up separating the files because it's a lot of different moving pieces. So what I'm going to do is, what file are we in? We're in the ECS ALB for network. We'll take care of that later, but let's go to let's do one more. Oh, I know what happened. All right, that's so annoying. Okay, now, all right, cool, we're good. So let's go to. All right, so let's continue, and we're just gonna do one more little change, and then we're good to go. And we're gonna wrap it up for this Sunday afternoon. We're gonna do the resource and AWS route, not route 50, but route. And we're gonna say internet access. And we're gonna go like that. And it's gonna tell us that it's missing some stuff. Let's add this. Let's go here. And we're probably gonna use some type of variable here, which is gonna be AWS VPC. And we're gonna say main route table ID. We're gonna go to destination CI and block, and we're gonna say 0.0.0.0, meaning that anybody should be able to access this, from my understanding. And that's the thing with like the thing with these cloud platforms like AWS, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud Platform, and whatever else that there is. There's a spot for like the networking people who are familiar with subnets and stuff like that. There's a part for the developer people where you like need to know how to deploy your stuff, right? So it's this ecosystem it's just replacing what used to be the people who'd be like walking through the office, walking through the building, who are setting up the subnets and everything like that, to the cloud where you have to still set up the same type of stuff and who can have access VPNs and stuff like that, but now it's on their ecosystem, and you can do it from anywhere pretty much. All right, so now we're gonna do AWS Internet Gateway GW.ID, and we have that one. Why would I want to create a? Then we're gonna leave it there. We're gonna leave it there. It's saying to. Leave it there, and then I'll read through this a little bit more during the week so I can have a better understanding of what we're doing. But we're gonna do one more Terraform apply, just so we can see it, do its thing. It should add one resource at this point. Then I'll do a destroy after we end the stream, so I can get rid of everything. Okay. But yeah, this is gonna be cool. Like I said, for when we're doing our testing, we can easily do the Terraform plan, and it's going to spin up all of our tools and our resources to do the testing, and then as soon as you're done, an hour later, spin it back down. And if we want to run automation on it, like we're load testing, then we could scale it up and stuff like that. Testing out the auto scaling. How much load can it handle using the using a JMeter or the Ralph testing tool, right? So we'll see. Let's say yes. And it should say that it's going to add one resource successfully. So awesome. Let's see. It's freezing on me. Anyways, let's go back to full screen. Trying to use these different tools is, switching is never easy, but for the most part, things are going pretty well. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Let's go to our full screen. All right, I am going to wrap it up for today. Let me check out the comments before we finish, but I need a drink. And it is not, Mitch. It is not. It's not energy drink. I still haven't had one of those. All right. Haven't had one of those. So here we are. Okay. Let's go ahead and let's check out the comments before we wrap it up for today. Let's go to move this off the screen. And we have, let's see. Pluto says, howdy. Howdy to you as well, Pluto. Good to have you here. And I'm not even going to worry about the soundboard because things are driving me crazy. It's freezing on me and stuff like that. But might have to switch to a stream deck. Who knows, right? Let's go to what else we got in the chat. We have, all right. Oh, Pluto says, I'm good, everyone. I'm doing research for a camera. Might start content creation this year. Been dabbling in it there and there. That is absolutely amazing. I love hearing that. And then, we can create stuff and collaborate and stuff like that. I love working with other content creators, especially in the tech space. We can talk about cybersecurity. We can talk about whatever. All right. Awesome. I need to, let me see. What can I do for this one? Just go with a regular. This thing is not organized and the soundboard is driving me crazy today. So we'll figure it out. All right. And what else we have in the chat? We have a good camera to document. I just upgraded my camera last week. Upgraded the camera. So got a new camera and we're doing it. All right. And let's see. I feel like I'm kind of blurry. Let's see. All right, good. And let's see what else. Getting older. Guess I'm about that now. Don't want to do that on a phone as there are a lot of exploits these days. Yep, that is true. That is true. And Mitch says Ralph is 68, so I understand. Yes. How'd you guess? How'd you guess? Like, see, I don't know how Mitch knows all that. Like, him and his data, him and his data, crazy. And see, bro got that reverse osmosis going. See, that's what I'm talking about. You see, Pluto always is holding me down. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. All right. And let's see. These sounds are driving crazy. Okay. And what else? Do we have anything else before we get out of here? Anything else? It says, yeah. Guess I'm not confident to talk on camera about one topic. I don't know. Thinking of a topic that's not the same as my work. Yeah, that's why I talk about my work, because I'm gonna talk about that on tomorrow's video. But I talk about my work because, like, I don't talk about my work in particular, but I use what I do at work and the things that I want to learn to do at work to generate content and to continue having me learn and all that good stuff, right? So that's my content strategy. But I just make the tech stuff my hobby as well as my job, and that way I am never always have something to do, always have something to talk about. I can spin up a stream and we can figure out whatever I want. Like, I can just spin up a stream and say, okay, we're gonna do this, and I have a whole bunch of stuff to talk about and learn, and we learn together. We learn together. What else? And Mitch says, start with what you know. Exactly. I only talk about what I know, and then I dive into the stuff that I don't know that I want to learn. It's my strategy. And Pluto says, true, just go with what I know and go for it. Yeah. And then, like, as you're going to start to expand, into knowing more stuff, and then you can talk about more things, and then you can, like, and here's the thing, right? So for instance, I do jujitsu. So every once in a while, I'll do a stream where I'm hanging out with some of my jujitsu teammates, where we talk about jujitsu, we review some of our competition videos, stuff like that. And you just slowly bring it in. Start with what you know, and then start to bring in more things that you're getting into, more things that you're interested in. That's what I do. I don't know. I could be totally wrong, because I just started this like less than a year ago. But I just like to talk about what I like to talk about. Let's see. And it says, if I did content, I would start with how bad energy drinks are, including Ralph. Hey, I will be your first guest on the show whenever you're ready, because I agree that energy drinks are terrible. And I want to say, because of Mitch, he got me, like, I went to Mitch's Energy Drinks Anonymous, and I was able to say that, hi everyone, my name is Ralph, and I have a problem. I am addicted to energy drinks. And they said, hi Ralph, stop drinking energy drinks. And then I stopped. So it's a very his program works very, very well. So shout out to Mitch for that. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really, really appreciate everything that you guys did. Thank you guys for being here. And before we go, I have my question for you. Right? My question for you is,
are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
I had a great time with you guys, and as always, I always have a great time, even if I'm all by myself, talking about this stuff, learning. Like, the number one goal is to learn. But then when I get to hang out with Mitch and with Pluto and with Darcel, best of luck on the second part of the interview. Best of luck. You're gonna knock them dead, so keep going. And so it is what it is. And I feel like you're a Sony person. So it's not that I'm a Sony person, but I did get a Sony. But it was because it was based off recommendations that I got from other, like, when I say recommendations, like what other content creators were using. And I said, oh, let me go and try it out. I had to figure out, like, because I feel like the focus kind of shifts, so I have to figure out something with that. But I got a Sony because that's what was recommended based off what some other content creators use, and it looks pretty good to me. So it's a big improvement over what I was using before. So really cool. And with that being said, as Mitch already alluded to, the price of the brick is going up, and because
One more thing. Price of the brick going up.
the price of the brick is going up. And on that note, thank you guys for tuning in. We are getting out of here. Thank you guys. If you haven't done so already, on your way out, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you can know every time that we go live and drop new content. If you need additional coaching and content that helps you level up your career, go over to www.techcoachralph.dev and we can work together, sign up for a plan, and we can make it happen. All right. On that note, I am getting out of here. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday afternoon, and I will see you guys in the morning. So how do I end this? Let's go like, oh yeah, now I remember. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go like this. You guys enjoy, okay?
You might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts. Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again. Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.